Sir, maayong hapon sa imo ha.
Ngayong hapon, kanyang tanan at sa ating mga taga-subay. Magandang hapon.
Hi.
Sen,
Good afternoon, Sen.
Okay, good afternoon, Sen. Sen, kauban na ako to, no? Kauban na ako karon. Kasama po natin ngayon si Ka Eric Celis. And of course, here with me is Carla. And yesterday, or last night, we have just celebrated the 39th anniversary of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ. It is the Feast of the Passover. Isang malaking event po ito ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ. It is part of our religious activity. And talagang it's a big celebration. But unfortunately, kanina lang paggising namin, our hearts are bleeding because once again, the PNP ay napasugod na naman sa KOJC at bigla silang may hinarang na malalaking tent sa mismong gate ng KOJC. It's very sad. Si Ka Eric Celis po, Senator, may mga katanungan po sa inyo.
Yeah, thank you, Senator Bato de la Rosa, sir. And kasama po natin again si Miss Carla na magtatanong din po kasama si Brother Troy. Senator Bato, congratulations po. At saludo kami that you are standing your ground at the Senate. You are bringing the voice of the Baweños, of the Filipino people na hindi na po nagugustuhan ang ganitong kalapastanganan, brazen display of human rights violations unfolding before the nation na ginagawa po ng organisasyong minahal ninyo at pinaglingkuran ninyo for more than 35 years of your career bilang professional law enforcer bago ka maging senador. It has now been reduced by the Marcos government into an instrument of persecution and abuses against civilians, children, women, at mga missionary workers. Senator Bato, kagabi po, unexpectedly, naging bisita po ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ in their compound sa kanilang anniversary celebrations, ang ating Vice Presidente. She mentioned among the speech that was delivered so simply but so meaningful, yung tatlong areas na itatanong namin sa iyo. Without hesitation, the Vice President described what is happening in KOJC compound is an assault being made by the police, not a serving of the warrant of arrest, not a raid or search, whatever, but an assault against civilians. Number two, there is no sense of rule of law in all of this. And number three, this created to a situation similar to humanitarian crisis because of those things of assault and no observance of the rule of law being conducted right now by the police forces under the orders, of course, of the President and then the Chief PNP and the DILG Secretary. Senator Bato de la Rosa, sir, your reaction to the nation on those very categorical statements pronounced by the Vice President last night and to the people of Davao and the entire people right now listening to you. Go ahead po, Senator de la Rosa.
Well, kaya Rick, gusto ko lang iparating na kung ano man yung hinanakit, ano man yung nararamdaman ng ating pangalawang Pangulo ng bansa, ay yan din ang aking naramdaman.
Ayun.
Bilang isang Pilipino. Ganon din ang aking naramdaman. So, I don't think I need to expound on that because alam mong the more I talk about on these things, the more nagiging hopeless ako sa sitwasyon. Parang pakiramdam ko, parang wala nang hindi na respeto ang rule of law, hindi na tayo pinapakinggan. So may last chance is that kinausap ako kanina ni Senator Coco Pimentel dahil yung aking privilege speech regarding the current situation of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ was referred to his committee, yung Committee on Justice. So I was asked by Senator Coco Pimentel dahil nga currently he is also the minority leader, hindi siya basta-basta makaalis at yung kaya schedule ay napaka sikip bilang minority leader, hindi pwedeng merong papasa na makalusot na resolution or bills dyan sa aming plenaryo na hindi dadaan sa kanyang kanyang pagsususi. So sabi niya, nakiusap siya sa akin kung pwede daw ako ang i-designate daw niya ako as a subcommittee chairman to look into this matter. Sabi niya, mas maganda nga kung dyan tayo sa Davao magkakandak ng hearing.
Wow.
At pakikinggan natin yung lahat ng sides at bakit hanggang ngayon andyan pa rin yung ganun pa rin ang nangyayari. So, siguro kung matuloy man ito, committee hearing tayo dyan sa subcommittee hearing ng Committee on Justice to be presided by this representation. After ng hearing ay magkakaroon tayo ng on-site inspection sa compound ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ para malaman natin at ng taong bayan kung ano talaga nangyayari dyan sa loob. We will do that and the soonest possible time once mabasa sa floor yung aking designation as subcommittee chairman under the Justice Committee of Senator Coco Pimentel.
Napakaganda po ng development na yan, Senator Bato de la Rosa, as it has been the clamor of the people. Your mere presence as senators of the Republic na naninindigan, pumupuna at naghahayag ng saloobin para sa pananatili at pangingibabaw ng batas at demokrasya is more than important than any other time today. Ito po ang pinaka-mahalaga, Senator Bato, sana matutuloy po ito because mas maganda kung sa loob ng compound po sana pahintulutan ng Senate leadership upon the approval of the Senate President Chis Escudero to bring some other senators as observers to the direct and actual situation inside Davao compound, how these illegal acts kinakabkab, binubutas na po ang school buildings, walang pwedeng pumasok at mag-observe, sinira na po ang Cathedral Center at lahat po ng mga distraction at mga ginawa na nila. Senator Bato, I was there at the first hour of assault nang pinaputukan ng flash bomb at tear gas at nang humandusay po ang 8. Kasama po si Brother Edwin ang mamatay. I was there when he was still revived, when the PNP refused the ambulance to be used and utilized for transport to hospital, and it took almost 1 hour for them to respond habang sumisigaw mga doktor at mga paramedics to help and revive Brother Edwin. I was there with Atty. Torion, and we're willing to testify, Senator Bato, and a lot more kapag ito'y ginawa sa loob ng compound. Gaano po ang possibility na ito'y mapayagan ng liderato ng Senado with the support of senators like you, Senator Coco Pimentel, and among others? Senator Bato, this is more than necessary than any time at all than today. Please.
Well, the leadership of the Senate is very reasonable, no, kay Eric. Malaki ang tsansa na tayo papayagan na mag-hold ng ating hearing dyan sa Davao. Hintayin ko na lang talaga. Hintayin ko lang. So the earliest that it can be done because meron tayong 3-day rule, 3-day notice rule, no? Wherein kailangan yung mga resource persons ay ma-advise sila 3 days before para makapag-prepare sila. So most likely kung ngayon ayan ay maayos na ng chairman na si Senator Coco, so second day bukas, Wednesday pangatlo, the early siguro is Wednesday and Wednesday or Thursday kung kinakailangan natin talagang ma-distribute yung invitation na kagad mga Thursday siguro. Yan ang aking iniisip na date na ikakandak natin dyan.
Senator Bato, we will hope and pray a lot for that because yan po ay napakahalaga, and I am volunteering on air myself, Senator Bato, to take an account everything that I saw in the last 48 hours of the first assault that was launched on August 24 and 25. Senator Bato, maraming salamat for your courage and justness.
Sen?
Wala ito, Eric, kahit na siguro ang pinakatalawan, o ano ba yung sa Tagalog yung talawan, duwag na Pilipino ngayon sa ating bansa, if he is pushed to the wall at nakikita niyo yung mga pangyayari, siguro makalimutan na niyang duwag siya, kundi talagang wala ka na magawa, kundi tumapang ka na lang.
Tama.
Para sa kabutihan ng lahat at para for our own survival. Ganoon naman talaga ang sitwasyon niya. Kapag ganoon ang sitwasyon na, huwag ka na mag-expect na may duwag pa na Pilipino.
Yes.
At tatayo yan para sa kapakanan ng ating kapwa Pilipino.
Well said, Senator Bato. I'll pass you on to Brother Troy and Miss Carla.
Senator, maayong hapon, ano? Di mo na kita bibitawan. Earlier, you have said that nakikita mo naman yung mga pangyayari and also nasasaktan din po kayo ang inyong pakiramdam. Tama po ba?
Yes, Troy. Ako'y nasasaktan not only to the members of the KOJC na talagang they are very much negatively impacted by all these happenings, no? But also, ako nasasaktan doon sa ating mga kapulisan na nagagamit sa ganitong panggigipit. Kaya nasasaktan ako on both sides. On both sides nasasaktan ako. Kaya minarapat ko lamang na since I am designated as a subcommittee chairman, gagawin ko. Lalong-lalo na nakapagsimula na ako sa aking Senate Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs na mag-hear ng sitwasyon ng QGC. Nakadalawang hearing na ako, no?
Mm-hmm.
So, we will, aside from my being designated as a subcommittee chairman, I will also function as the chairman of my own committee, yung Public Order and Dangerous Drugs na nagsimula na. So, magkakaroon tayo ng joint committee hearing nito to be spearheaded by yours truly.
Mm-hmm. Pero Sen, this will be a joint ng hearing ng dalawang komite. Meron na po ba kayong initial na mga pupuntiryahin or nakikita na mga contentious issues regarding the matter?
Pero lang una itong sa pamamalagi nila na pag-stay sa loob, di ba? According to the rules of court, yung warrant of arrest, hindi yung alias, yung ordinary warrant of arrest, you have to return, after serving the warrant, you have to return within 10 days upon receipt. So, kung kailan nila natanggap yung warrant na yan, ibalik na after 10 days, mag-report sila sa korte. So, ito ngayon, they are serving alias warrant of arrest. Hindi nakalagay doon sa rules of court na yung alias warrant, sinabi nga, that can lead to forever yung alias warrant hanggat hindi ma-account yung wanted person, no? But then again, since they are there to serve at negative yung service of warrant nila kahit na ito'y alias warrant of arrest, kung sinasabi doon sa original warrant na they have to make a report to the court, issuing court within 10 days, dapat kahit na alias warrant yan by reason of analogy, ay dapat ganun din mangyayari. So pang ilang araw na ba nila ngayon dyan na kinugkub yung area na yan, yung lugar na yan? Pang ilang araw na ba?
It's the 10th day na po, Senator, and also meron na pong
10th day.
Meron na pong temporary protection order ang KOJC that was released from the RTC.
So yun nga ang dapat nating itumbok sa hearing. Ano ba talaga ang dapat na pangyayari dito? Dahil kung patuloy lang tayo patuloy ng hearing tapos hindi tayo pinapakinggan, walang ginagawa, then that goes to show that parang meron na tayong constitutional crisis nito. Wala nang respetuhan ng bawat branches of government. Tayo ay gumagawa ng investigasyon, ating mga recommendation, ating mga findings ay hindi pinapakinggan. So parang meron tayong crisis kapag ganun. So titingnan natin during this hearing kung ano magiging aksyon na gagawin ng executive branch of government.
Saan yung pangyayari na ito, maituturing nyo ba na that it's one of a kind at never in history pa ito nangyari?
Never, never, never. In my whole existence in this planet, never pa yan nangyari yung ganyan na nangyari.
Now that Sen, that we're conducting a hearing in aid of legislation, ano po yung nakikita ninyong batas na pwedeng mabuo mula sa sitwasyon na ito?
Well, kailangan sigurong sabi nga ni Senator Coco Pimentel, yung i-legislate na, gagawa tayo na legislation pertaining dito sa pag-serve ng warrant, pag-execute ng warrant of arrest, pag-execute ng search warrant, and everything na nakalagay sa rules of court. Sabi niya, dapat siguro hindi lang natin papaubaya sa korte yung mga batas na yan, kundi we need legislations. Kailangan i-legislate natin yan para hindi sila free na mag-interpret to their own advantage yung kung sino man ang mag-implement nito mga court orders na ito. Kailangan may legislation para may limitasyon. Hindi kagaya ngayon na itong nangyaring service of warrant of arrest ay nagiging execution of search warrant na. Kahit nawala sila, they are not armed with search warrant. At after that, nagiging house arrest na dahil nga kinukontrol na nila yung buong compound. So that should not lead to this kung klaro yung batas na nag-govern nitong ganito mga actions. So yan ang ating tutumbukin ngayon na legislation.
Sen, may katanungan po dito, no? Yung isa ko pang kasama, si Carla. Carla?
Yes, Sen. Magandang hapon po, Sen. No? Isa din po ako sa KOJC missionary din po. And then, I just want to ask lang din this po. Kasi, June 10 pa po yung nangyari yung paglusob nila. And then, nasundan po ng August 24. So, ang lahat po na nakikita namin talaga ng mga oppression, pang-abuso, it really hurts a lot po talaga sa amin. And this po, palagi na lang ba kaming tatakutin at ihaharas ng kapulisan? Kanina po kasi, Sen, gumawa na naman ng eksena yung berdugong si Torre at nagpumilit si Torre na at pumasok at wasakin po ang Emerald Gate ng KOJC compound. Ang lahat daw ng KOJC workers, Sen, and members na pipigil sa kanila, ipapadampot daw po niya. Grabe talaga to. Ayaw nilang tumigil. Habang gumagawa ng eksena si Torre kanina, nagtakbuhan ng ilang mga pulisan, dala ang malalaking box o kahon na may mga lamang kontrabando, papasok sa compound. Ito tanong ko, Sen, hanggang kailan kaya nila ito gagawin? Ano ang pwedeng maitulong sa amin ng matitino sa gobyerno para matigil ang opresyon at violation na ito sa aming karapatan, Sen?
Ako, Carlano, to tell you frankly, hindi ko masagot yung tanong mo. Sila lang ang makakasagot niya dahil sila man ang nag-execute sa lahat ng actions na ginagawa nila dyan. Basta ako, kami bilang nasa legislative branch, all we have to do is exercise our oversight functions over these government agencies. Now, in the exercise of our oversight functions, ay hindi tayo pinapakinggan. As I have said, wala nang we are running out of reasons na to para i-justify itong mga ganitong pangyayari. So, may problema tayo. May problema ang Pilipinas.
Ayun.
Kapag ganun.
Senator Bato, thank you Carla, thank you Troy. Kay Eric po muli, sir.
Yes,
Ngayon po,
Eric.
sir, ay no less than the lawyers ng nagbo-volunteer sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ ang nababahala. Sapagkat itong illegal excavation ala mini quarry na paghukay sa loob ng Jose Maria College at ng Cathedral ng Davao KOJC ay pwede pong magkaroon without insulting the police operations and professional conduct. Pwede po itong maging dahilan na magkaroon bigla ng mga illegal na pagresulta ng ebidensya such as explosives, mga baril, at iba't ibang mga bagay na gagamitin para i-justify ang pananatili nila sa loob ng compound, and dahil hindi na makatayo ang kanilang warrant of arrest at questionably na maging dahilan po ito ng mas malawak na mga reklamo, krimen at mga pag-aresto na siyang magiging hantungan ng isang malalang krisis na tinukoy ni Vice President Sara Duterte as humanitarian crisis affecting the kingdom of Jesus Christ. Senator Bato, there is a theory right now na pinoprovoke na talaga ng mga ground commanders like General Torre, Colonel Patay, Colonel Marantan, kilala ko mga ito eh. I've been working with them against CPP, NPA, NDF. Nung panahon na may NTF, LCAC pa tayo, Senator Bato, nakakasama ko mga ito. They are provoking right now the situation on the ground so that there will be actual basis to declare martial law on the ground of may mga na-recover na bulto-bultong armas, bala, pampasabog, at may mga paglaban na naganap at naging marahas ang Kingdom of Jesus Christ with the order right now of Chief PNP Marbel na dapat i-demonize tudo-tudo ang KOJC at si Pastor Kibuloy to justify itong nangyayari na karahasan na ginagawa nila. Senator Bato, your take on those real possibilities.
Kaya Rick, kung wala na kayong pag-asa, wala na kayong inaasahan from the executive branch of government, kasi sila mismo ang gumagawa ng mga paglabak ng batas. Kung wala na kayong pag-asa sa Senado, dahil kahit ano, pabalik-balik na lang na Senate hearing, oversight functions na ginagawa, ay hindi pa rin pinapakinggan ng ating kapulisan. Huwag tayo mawalan ng pag-asa sa ating korte. Meron pa tayong third branch of government, which is our courts. Sana they will stand their ground and they will decide on these matters accordingly. Huwag tayo mawalan ng pag-asa. Tatlong co-equal branches of government ito. Mag-fail kayo sa executive branch, mag-fail man kayo sa legislative branch, then meron pa tayong judiciary. Last hope natin ito na sana kung ano man ang mga gagawin nila, yung ating judiciary ay should be fair and should stand for what is truth and justice. What is truth, what is the truth and what is just.
Yes, Senator Bato, exactly yan po ang advice ng mga senior ministers and leaders of Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Yan din pong advice ng Vice President in her speech last night. At yan din pong advice ni Atty. Torion, lead counsel nila, na ipagpapatuloy po ang paghahayag, impormasyon, panalangin, pananalig, at legal na proseso. Sapagkat wala na rin tayong magagawa, hindi rin natin pwedeng pabagsakin ng gobyerno, but we have to resist the abuses of the government through peaceful and legal means. And that is exactly a prayer, pagbubunyag, pananalig, pananampalataya, at prosesong legal sa batas at korte and peaceful protest. Thank you for giving that inspiration, Senator Bato, and for the timely reminder that there are still processes. Hindi pa po kontrolado lubusan ni Marcos ang buong gobyerno. And the people are watching so that the court will exercise objectivity and conscience in the midst of this crisis right now, unfolding before the nation, happening in Davao. Senator Bato.
Yes, tama ka dyan, Eric. Tama ka dyan, Eric. We must be reminded always that the power emanates from the people. The power emanates from the people. That should be a constant reminder to all three branches of government. The power emanates from the people.
Yeah. Troy, your interaction.
Sen, si Troy po ito, no? Sen, hihingin lang namin ang komento po ninyo dito sa naging pahayag ni VP Sara. Basahin ko po, Sen, ha? Sabi po ni VP Sara kagabi, "We have not prepared for a crisis such as the kingdom of Jesus Christ." So anong sabi ng libro natin dyan sa disaster operation natin? Ano ang dapat natin gawin sa krisis at disaster na ito? Lahat sila walang masagot. Kahit ako, matagal akong nag-isip kung ano ba ang respond namin. Because this is a crisis. This is a disaster at ano ba dapat ang tugon ng Office of the Vice President at isa lang ang naisip ko. Sabi ko as Vice President and as a Dabawenyo, I will be there to comfort them. I have a moral obligation to assist them if they feel that they are persecuted. Kahit kokonti lang sila, trabaho ko yan bilang pangalawang Pangulo. Your thoughts on this, Senator?
That's very correct. That's very valid, and that's a very emphatic message, no, na binigay ng ating pangalawang Pangulo. Para bang lumalabas that we have each other to comfort. Kung wala na tayo ibang maasahan, kung wala na tayo ibang maasahan pa na iba, kundi tayo na lang mag-comfort sa ating sarili. Parang ganun ang mangyari niyan pag yun ang ibig sabihin. Who can we turn to? Kundi it's others. It's other.
Okay. Maraming salamat
Senator
po.
Bato, last na lang po, sir, ha? Balitaan niyo po kami, sir, kapag matutuloy po ang inyong gagawin na on-site subcommittee and other joint committee hearings on the oversight function ng Senado na inyong pinamumunuan, and as per delegated request from your fellow Senator, Senator Coco Pimentel, sapagkat, sir, napakahalaga po na nandoon kayo, ma-document po ito. Hindi ba nila susundin ang mga rekomendasyon at na pag-uusapan, yun po ay pagpapakita ng kung sino po ang lumalabag sa batas at umaabuso sa kapangyarihan, because ultimately, it is still the people that will judge them. And we hope that ito po ay mapayagan po, Senator Bato, na magaganap doon sa Davao mismo, so that direct victims and those who survived this brutality and assaults of the state forces ordered by Marcos will be given the time to interact with the senators through your committee. Maraming salamat, Senator Bato. Last words and guidance po ninyo or advice sa mga brothers and sisters sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ at sa sambayan ng Pilipinong nagmamasid sa kalunos-lunos na kaganapan ng panggagahasa sa kalayaan at demokrasya ng ating mga kababayan na nagaganap ngayon dyan na ginagawa ng kasalukuyang administrasyon sa Davao City.
Tama ka dyan, Eric, no? Para hindi na kayo gagastos ng pamasahe pupunta dito sa Manila, kami na lang ang pupunta dyan sa inyo, at para wala rin rason yung ibang mga commanders dyan na hindi mag-attend dyan. Busy sila sa operation nila dyan sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Kami na ang pupunta dyan. It is just very unfortunate that today no work was declared sa Senado dahil nga because of inclement weather. Kagabi pa ito, malakas ang ulan, malakas ang hangin hanggang ngayon, kaya hindi kami pinapasok. So hindi yan talakay yung gusto mangyari ni Senator Coco, hindi na talakay doon sa floor. But hopefully, bukas matalakay yan, then we will act swiftly and accordingly kapag matalakay na yan bukas. Asahan po ninyo, huwag kayo mawala ng pag-asa. As I have said, andito pa rin, kung there are two houses of Congress, the lower house and the Senate is still hindi natutulog at hindi kayo pinapabayaan. We will do everything we can within our powers to help alleviate your situation dyan ngayon sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ. And as I have said, meron pa pangatlong co-equal branch of government, yung judiciary, yung ating mga korte. Sabihan na natin ating mga kaibigan, ating mga kapatid dyan sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ na sige lang, kahit nahirap na kayo, maximum tolerance pa rin. Maximum tolerance pa rin because nakasaad ba yun sa ating Biblia, no? Hindi ko masyado memoryado yung Biblia natin, pero parang ang thought niya na sinasabi is mas pinagpala yung mga kinakawawa. Kaya kunting tiis lang at matatapos rin ito. Matatapos rin itong problema na ito. So yun lang po, kay Eric, Carla at
Troy.
Sino isa?
Troy.
Troy. Daghang salamat sa inyo ug maayong hapon.
Mabuhay po kayo. Senator Bato de la Rosa, nababagay at nararapat po kayo na maging senador ng Republika ng Pilipinas. Salamat sa pagmamahal mo sa bansang Pilipinas at sa mamayang Pilipino.
Okay.